Students, as you all know, the first chapter that we will be covering in class 11th is chapter 4, that is Principle of Mathematical Induction. So first of all, we will try to understand what is this principle of mathematical induction. So we will try to understand this chapter name segment wise. So first of all, we will try to understand what is induction. So see, induction means concluding or inferring a general statement from the validity of particular cases. Means if suppose a statement is given to you, then first of all you validate that statement and then conclude a general part of it. Means suppose for mathematical statement, if I say that statement is true for one term, that statement is true for two terms, that statement is true for three terms, it means we can generalize. And this process is not new to you because you have done this process for formulating the general term of an AP. Right? So induction is that process. Then the next part is mathematical induction. What is mathematical induction? To see, mathematical induction is actually the principle by which one can conclude a statement for all positive integers after proving certain related propositions. Means after going through a process of proof, we will try to conclude a statement. So this is mathematical induction. So now what is principle of mathematical induction? The third part. Induction now clear to you, mathematical induction is clear to you. Now what is principle of mathematical induction? To see, principle of mathematical induction states that a mathematical statement Pn involving n, what is n here? N a natural number, holds true for all n belonging to capital N. Small n belonging, this symbol is for belonging to capital N is the set of natural number. Only when P1 holds means P1 is true, and Pk plus 1 holds true whenever Pk is true, where k belongs to natural number. Now this symbol is very clear to you, it is belongs to natural number. So this is a principle of mathematical induction. Sometimes in 1 mark question you are asked to state the principle of mathematical induction. So when you make your note, so you will make the notes this way. The principle of mathematical induction states that, and then you will write these two steps. Clear? कि a mathematical statement Pn involving n natural number holds for all n, holds true for all n belonging to natural number only when P1 holds and Pk plus 1 holds true whenever Pk is true, where k is any arbitrary natural number. Now how to solve a question using PMI? To see, when we use PMI, so actually the principle of PMI states that there are two steps only. First step, P1 holds true. Second step, Pk plus 1 holds true whenever Pk is true. So these are the two steps. The first step is actually called as the basic step, and the second step is called as the induction using the assumption step. Right? And this is the process how we solve a question on mathematical induction. Now for solving any question based on principle of mathematical induction, that is PMI. So 5 steps, I have divided the total solution in 5 steps. First step is naming, second step is basic, third is assumption, fourth is induction along with proof, and fifth is the conclusion. These are the 5 stages of solution that you have to go for. Now what we will do, we will consider an example. I have taken one example of a question. Using PMI, prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 till n is equal to nn plus 1 by 2. So we will go stepwise. First step was naming. See, naming is not new to you because in polynomials also you were naming. There you were writing like px is equal to x square plus 1. Why? Because x is the variable used. So variable is always written in the parenthesis, and p, small letter p, was denoting the polynomial. Here we are dealing with mathematical statement. What we will do, we will use capital letter P. In bracket, we will use the variable that we are using. So parenthesis is containing n. We are using variable n here. So let Pn be defined by, this colon is defined by, let Pn is defined by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n is equal to nn plus 1 by 2. And this step of writing Pn along with the statement is called naming. Now come to the next step, that is basic. For basic step, we always go for n equal to 1. N equal to 1 means the number of term is 1. This n equal to 1 is actually the number of term also. Where there are several terms, we will use this n as number of terms. So n is a number of term also. In LHS what we have never several number of terms. So for LHS we will use the number of term as 1. So number of term as 1 means the first term, that is n is equal to 1. RHS we have an expression, so we will put n is equal to 1 and we are getting RHS calculated as 1. So what we noticed ki LHS is equal to RHS. If LHS is equal to RHS, it means what? Ki P1 holds true for n equal to 1. Pn is now P1. P1 holds true. And this total process of solving for n equal to 1 is called the basic step. This is the second step. Now third step. Third step is assumption step. In assumption you have to assume. Let us assume that Pk holds true for any k belonging to natural number. Now Pn is given to you. So you will make Pk. How you will make Pk? In place of n you will write k. Means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k is equal to k plus 1 by 2. I have marked it as equation 1. This I have marked as equation 1 because later on I will be using this. This total step of assuming is called as the assumption step. Now this is your third step. Now fourth step is induction along with proof. This is the main part of the question. So in induction step what you do? You write a line simply. We need to prove that Pk plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true. And then you will make Pk plus 1. So Pk plus 1 I have made like this. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k plus 1 equal to k plus 1 k plus 2 upon 2. Simply replace k by k plus 1. So if k plus 1 is the last term, so k will be the second last term. So I have written second last term and last term. Right. Now we will come directly to the proving of the question. How we will prove the question. So proving of the question means verifying the question. So how we are verifying the question? So we are considering LHS of Pk plus 1. LHS of Pk plus 1 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k plus 1. What I have done, I have made a group of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k. And for this group from equation 1, we know the value k plus 1 by 2. It means for this group I will substitute k plus 1 by 2 plus k plus 1. Now we will take LCM. When we take LCM, we obtain k plus 1 as common and then in bracket k plus 2 by 2. Which is equal to RHS of Pk plus 1. See the Pk plus 1 that you have made is k plus 1 by 2. So k plus 1 k plus 2 by 2 is the RHS of Pk plus 1. So it is equal to RHS of Pk plus 1. Implies k plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true. Now conclusion step. Conclusion step is what? Hence Pn is true for all. This symbol stands for all. This symbol is for all. So for all n belonging to natural number, this line that you have written is called as the conclusion step. So remember, whenever you are doing the proving of any PMI question and if the question is given to you as a equation form, like here we were having a equation something equal to this. So always start the proving by considering LHS of Pk plus 1. Then in LHS of Pk plus 1, try to substitute the value of assumption step. But this can happen only when in induction step, you write the second last term also. Then only you will find that group so that you can replace that.